Hey, Steve, how are you?
I'm great, CJ. How are you?
Very good. Do you have a minute for Mentor Monday?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start with an easy one. As a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a baseball player, and for longer than just when I was a kid. Wanted to be a baseball player through college until I realized I just wasn't good enough.
How would you describe what it is that you do now?
Well, I have the best job in Nevada. I am the CEO of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority and get to be involved in so many great things that are happening in Las Vegas. We run the convention center here. We help market the city. We have the easiest product in the world to sell. Got a great team around us and a bunch of great partners in this place.
What are some of the most valuable lessons you've learned in business or life?
Well, I think the first thing is to just surround yourself with great people. I've had the opportunity, both in life and in business, to work with and be around just fabulous people. Life's short. You don't want to spend a lot of time with people you don't want to spend it around. And when you work around great people, they elevate you. What you're able to accomplish is greater. What you learn and how fast you learn is greater. So just having great people around really matters. The other thing I'd say is, there are times when you just need to keep putting one foot in front of the other. It's not always easy. Not every day is fun. I've got a picture on the wall over there of a workhorse with his head bowed, doing just that my folks at my former company gave me about 25 years ago, and I think it's a great lesson.
What are some key traits that a leader should have?
Well, I would say that balance is the key trait that a leader has to have. All of us are good at some things, and most of us, including me, are not good at some others. Being self-aware enough to know what you're good at, trying to bring in people who can provide the balance that you may not be able to provide on your own. But our strengths, if overemphasized, can become weaknesses. You can drive hard to get something done, but if you drive too hard, it becomes a weakness. You have to balance that. And no matter what your strengths are, when they're overdone, you need to kind of rein them in and balance both sides or all sides of that leadership equation. It's a tough thing to do. I work on it every day, but intellectually, I know it's important.
What are you looking forward to in the future?
Well, that's pretty easy right this minute in Las Vegas. We're really excited about Formula One and the Super Bowl. Those two events are going to happen about 4 months apart. They are going to be the two most important events in Las Vegas in my lifetime. It is an opportunity for Las Vegas to show off for folks around the world, because the entire world will have their eyes on Las Vegas for that 4-month period. And once we do those two events right, the sky's the limit from there.
How do you stay motivated when faced with a challenge?
Well, motivated is kind of an interesting word. I don't do this job for myself. I do it for others. I think most people feel that way in their jobs. And there are days when what you're doing isn't fun, but there are a few days that what you're doing isn't important. So you have to do it. And there are obstacles that you need to overcome. There's work that's hard at times. But the outcome is important, and it is important to others. And that sense of responsibility keeps you putting one foot in front of the other. I don't think you necessarily have to be thrilled every day or super energized every day, but you got to come in and do your best every day.
What's the most important question to ask a mentor?
Well, there's probably two different tracks for that. One is around your career, and I think most people think about a mentor providing career advice, and I think that's really important and a real opportunity if you have people that can do that. Early in my career, my sights were pretty small. I grew up in kind of a middle-class environment in a mid-sized city in Ohio and really felt like my world was pretty small. Moving to Las Vegas actually was an opportunity to open that up, and I was able to work with a bunch of great people that helped me do that. So getting that kind of perspective on who you are and what you're capable of doing and broadening your perspective is something that a mentor can do. The other question that I think is great to ask a mentor is to ask them to spend the time to explain how they've thought about or analyzed a decision, particularly if they're giving you advice. Don't just take the answer, but ask the mentor for an explanation into how they came to that. Did they consider other things? Why did they make the decisions they did to offer the advice that they're offering?
How have you made a recent decision?
Oh, I've delegated most of them, which works out really well. It goes back to surrounding yourself with great people. But being able to get input from all the great people that we work with here in Las Vegas and consolidating that into hopefully we get to a consensus because we represent so many people. We try and do that to the extent that we can.
Alrighty, Steve. Thank you for sharing some of your time and wisdom with us today. We'll
Absolutely.
see you soon.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Take care.
Bye-bye.